What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about something that should have the entire track and field world paying attention, because Jamaica has done it again. Just when people started asking who will carry the torch after the legendary generation, these young stars stepped onto the world stage and delivered a message loud and clear. The next generation of Jamaican sprinting is here, and they are not waiting for permission. So guys, I want you guys to just watch these races, and in the end, then I'll come back with more comment. I'm your host, Team Club.
The final of the women's 100 meters. In lane 2, Alexandra Stoilova of Australia, 19 years old. In lane 3, Justina Tiana Ekaboyan of Nigeria, 17 years old, personal best 11:24. Kishona Niles of Barbados, 11:33. Very much a 100-meter runner, improving so much all through this year. In lane 5 for Great Britain and Northern Ireland, Naya Wedderburn-Goodison, been training in Jamaica, European under-18 champion. Alongside her, Alana Reid of Jamaica. She's been training with Sha'Carri Richardson and her group in America. Bronze in Cali. Lead leg for the relay team that took 5th in Paris. And Chelsea Kadiri of Germany. She's found form at the right time. Season's best to impress in her semi to reach this final. Adeja Hodge of the British Virgin Islands. Semi-finals of the 200 meters in Paris. Now in the final of the World Juniors. And Viva Jinkwi of South Africa looked really impressive in heats. Had to qualify as a fast. Focus, final rehearsals. Down the track.
On your marks.
Fast psyching up, settling into the blocks. The final of the women's 100 meters here in Lima at the World Junior Athletics Championships. Through on her bronze from Cali, and she takes home the gold medal this time. Congratulations to Alana Reid. Hodge of the British Virgin Islands takes the silver medal, 11:27, and Niles for Kishona Niles for Barbados does take that bronze medal position. 4th for Naya Wedderburn-Goodison, and Jinkwi came up for 5th, Kadiri in 6th. Looking for the flag, there she goes. Find the flag to celebrate. Big, big smiles, as there should be. She ran the lead-off leg for that Jamaican team, finished 5th in Paris. I'm sure has topped that now by taking home the title to Jamaica. That is the first Jamaican gold medal of these World Junior Championships. Hodge calmly walking around to make their way around for the photos first. Fast start in this 100 metres, and Alana Reid was able to do that and held that advantage all the way to the line. Hodge did not get quite as good start, but did close extremely well. Niles very consistent all the way down, holding that advantage that she held from the start over Wedderburn Goodison.
Jamaica go with Jace Witter, Gary Card, Nyrone Wade and DeAndre Daly in lane 7. In 6, Korea will lead out with Jun Yong Kim handing to Jolyin Namwadi. Third leg will be Dongjin Kim and the anchor will be Hujon Na. Hong Kong China qualified in style. It will be Yat Lok Chan on the opening leg, Magnus Johansson on 2 handing to Chun Tik Kwok and James Chan on the anchor. Great Britain and Northern Ireland, Jake Odie Jordan, the medalist in the 200 metres, sets off to Joel Masters, and then it's Dean Patterson with Teddy Wilson on 4. Trinidad and Tobago have Che Jean-Marc Wickham, Kadeem Chinapu, Hakeem Chinapu and Dylan Woodruff as their 4. And on the inside, into Franklin Ewa Jarfoy, Sebastian Sultana, Zachary De La Rocca and Gout Gout, the golden boy of Australian sprinting. They're in lane 2. The seeded lanes here are 5, 6, 7, 8. There is Gout Gout, only 16. First chance to see him. We mentioned yesterday when athletes yawn in this situation, it's tension, not boredom. Body trying to subconsciously get more oxygen on board. So here we go. Jamaica, probably the favourites. Korea were so slick in qualification. If they can do that again, they're a handful for anybody. And Great Britain and Northern Ireland will want a medal from this. Baton changing crucial. France have gone out pretty well on the outside with Delomine. How's the baton changeovers? Everybody's away, but it wasn't too clever for Trinidad and Tobago. And once again, Korea are going well. And they gain on the changeovers. The incoming runner falls to the floor, but his job is done. Korea leading, France going well. Great Britain and Jamaica. And Gout Gout has the baton, but it's a swing. Great Britain and Northern Ireland. The momentum was with Jamaica. He thinks he's got it. And he's right. 39.18, 2 100s ahead of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, with Thailand and another national junior record in 39.39. Well, Gout Gout never got a chance to show what he can do there because he was almost stationary when he actually got the baton within the box. We'll watch that on the changeover. Jamaica are having a day, aren't they?
They practiced and drilled their changes, didn't they? And I think it showed for both teams there, but it was phenomenal running by DeAndre Daly on that last leg to reel in the British team with Teddy Wilson on that final leg. He's having another look at the screen.
2 100s. It was just momentum with Jamaica. Thailand have the individual medalist from the 100, Boonsong. On another day, he could have been the champion. The other 3 won't have got anywhere near international medals. This is class. And hats off to Korea for the way they've risen above themselves.
84 by 100 relay. So congratulations to Jamaica, Great Britain, and Hannah. These are the medal winners in the 4x100 relay.
So it is silver medals for Great Britain and Northern Ireland celebrating.
They're all a bit overcome, these guys. Sorry.
No, they definitely are.
Oh, that's the Jamaican men's and women's team. Both struck gold. Watch this change over to Gout Gout on the inside. He was ready to roll. He perhaps went a bit soon. Had to slam the brakes on and then go again. Otherwise, Australia would have been in the mix, but if my grandmother had wheels, she would have been a bike. On the outside, France, it's a late surge, but look at the momentum with...
For this final of the 4x100 metres relay, we saw drama in the heats yesterday. trying to get the baton round. You see, this is at the second changeover point, so from the back straight into the bend. And here's the Canadian team, going to be led off by Savannah Blair into Diana Proctor, Odiaza and Tedger. For the Swiss team, Timea Rankel into Leah Thalman, Chloe Rabach and Alicia Massini.
Rabach and Massini.
And the Jamaican team, so slick with their baton changes yesterday. Shanoya Michaela Douglas leading off into Aaliyah Baker, Brianna Campbell and Ilana Reid bringing it home. For the US team, this is Jade Brown leading them off. She will hand to Santera James, Avery Lewis and Taylor Schneer bringing it home. Alexandra Stoilova will lead off the Australian quartet, handing the baton to Tori Lewis, silver medalist in the 200 yesterday, Olivia Rose Inkster and Jessica Milat. And for the Puerto Rican team, Legne Echevarria, handing into Frances Colon, Amanda Andino and Karina Franceschi. For the Ukrainian team, this is Anna Karandakova. We'll hand it over to Diana Miroshenko, Yuliana Stepaniuk and Alina Kishkina. The Polish team, Olivia Zimolag, she will hand over to Klaudia Kristatek, Inga Kanitska and Jagoda Zukowska.
On your marks.
Pattern changes so crucial. It was a good start for the US team. They are blazing around, trying to make up the ground on the Jamaican team outside of them into the first changeover. Good changeover for the Jamaicans, a little bit sticky on the Americans. That enabled the Australians to get back into the competition on their inside. Here's this changeover. Again, great changeover from the Jamaicans, a good changeover and better, I think, from the Americans. Swiss team are also right up in there. This is where the Jamaicans were ahead at this point yesterday. And the American runner's gone too soon. That puts the Australian team in the lead, but Alana Reid, a look across, puts it into full throttle charging for that line and brings home that gold medal for Jamaica. The Swiss team celebrating a bronze medal performance courtesy of the baton exchange on that final exchange for the American team. We get another look at that. That is Avery Lewis coming in to hand the baton to Taylor Schneer. I think it might have been that Taylor Schneer went a little bit too soon. There is the result. It was a gold medal performance for Jamaica. Australian taking the silver and the Swiss team, and you can see what it means to them to take that bronze medal.
When you watch an Olympic or World Championship senior relay 4x1, you have to remember that they train all year round as a squad together. These have qualified in the last few weeks and have maybe only trained together since they got into Lima. So it's a little bit rough and ready at times, and the checkpoints and the takeoffs also betray a little bit of nerves of youth, don't they? I think when we watched the USA on this last leg, that's what happened.
Yeah,
went too soon.
I think we are also hearing that there is a changeover under review for the Australian team at the moment as well. We did see yesterday just how well the Jamaicans did exchange the baton here, so you can see the outgoing US athlete Taylor Schneer does go a little bit too soon there, and she has to stop breakdown. Don't exchange the baton in time. That exchange was good there for Australia, and for Jamaica, extremely slick. Swiss chasing hard at this point. I don't think they could believe their luck, but Alana Reid really away clear, has time for a look across just.
Hello guys, welcome back. You know, one thing I have learned over the years is never doubt Jamaica. When it comes to sprinting, people always say, well, Usain Bolt retired. Then they say Shell and Fries is getting older. Then they ask, who is next? And somehow every single time Jamaica produces another wave of talents, and that is exactly what happened here. So let's start with the women 100 meters, where Alana Reid stepped on the track and showed the world why Jamaica remain one of the greatest sprinting nations on earth. She captured gold and once again proved that Jamaica's tradition of producing elite sprinters is alive and well. But it didn't stop there. The Jamaican women came together in the relay, delivered another gold medal. That is right. Teamwork, speed, precision, execution. Everything came together perfectly. And honestly, watching these young athletes celebrating after crossing the finish line was special because you could see how much it meant to them. Then let's go to the men. But then the men said, we are not being left out because the Jamaican men's relay team stepped on the track and brought home gold as well, and that is what impressed me the most. We are talking about both the men and women standing at the top. That is dominancy, that is depth, that is a system that continue to produce a champion year after year. The message to the world. This is just a message to the world. Now, hear what I think people around the world need to understand. This one is about one athletic. This is wasn't about one leg race. This was about an entire generation announcing itself. And when you see a young athlete coming through like this, you start to realize something. Jamaica isn't trying to hold on the past. Jamaica is building the future. Because legends don't just appear overnight. Usain Bolt didn't come out of nowhere. Shell and Price didn't come out of nowhere. Elaine Thompson Hera didn't come out of nowhere. There was always another generation preparing behind the scene. And now we are seeing that process happen once again. That is Jamaica. That is, you must now respect Jamaica. Now, let's give credit to all the countries that completed, because the level of the incredibly high, everyone came ready. everybody wanted gold. But on this occasion, Jamaica showed that when it comes to sprinting, they are still among the standard bearers, and that is something you have to respect. Whether you are from the United States, Great Britain, South Africa, or anywhere else, you have to acknowledge what these young Jamaicans accomplished. Looking ahead, this scary thing is many of these athletics are just getting started. They are young, they are hungry, and they are improving, which means the rest of the world might be witnessing the rise of the next big star in the track and field. Who knows? Some of the names we saw here could be the future Olympic champions, future world champions, maybe even record holders. That is how exciting this moment is. So, congratulations to Team Jamaica. 3 golds, medals, a statement performed. Thank you so much for watching me. I'm your host, Team Global, and another reminder that Jamaica Sprinting Factory is still producing a great days. But I want to hear from you. Did Jamaica send a warning to the world? Are we looking at the next generation of the Jamaican sprinting? Drop your thoughts down below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget please to subscribe, like, and turn on notification so you never miss another track and field reaction. Bye for now. See you next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next in one.